QuickTime events have kind of died off since the era of the PS2 and the Xbox 360, but they're still ever present. Most of the time they are cinematic beats that progress you through a scripted section of the game, but other times they make you fail in the worst ways possible. So I thought, what better idea than actually going through some games and their QuickTime events and seeing how they actually pulled them off, for better or for worse. Because sometimes you can do a QuickTime event and it's the most cinematic thing you have ever seen before, but then other times it's like you fail really badly. Now before we go any further, I just want to kind of classify what a QuickTime event is, as there's a lot of discrepancy and discussion about what really counts as a QuickTime event, and so this is my take on it. The way that I'm classifying it is a moment or a section in a game where the player's movement or mobility is restricted to further the story, and you have to interact with the game via pressing different prompts like X, square, circle, triangle, and so in essence they are like scripted moments in the game that are just interactable. All sorted? Let's go. So the first one that I want to note is actually Spider-Man Miles Morales. Spider-Man games have always been known for QuickTime events, but I feel like this one in Miles Morales is by far the best, and it really takes the cake. Not only because Miles does like a ridiculous backflip at one point that has no need to be there at all. And so the infamous moment is when you're riding on the back of Rhino and all of a sudden you see a mum and her child in front of you. In the QuickTime event, you have to use your webs and actually move the baby out of the way, essentially. But if you fail it, it's fine, because, Peter, the other Spider-Man, just moves the baby aside. It's, I guess they can't really go too gory with that. This whole sequence is filled with such adrenaline because there are so many different NPCs who are living about their NPC lives and have absolutely nothing to do with Rhino whatsoever. But this high-octane moment makes you really feel like you're Spider-Man. You have stakes in what's going on. You're thinking about everything around you and trying to mentally put yourself in Spider-Man's shoes, especially in these situations. But my god, man, the cinematics are so good in Miles Morales, and there are so many other moments in the series that do also have amazing QuickTime event moments, like in Spider-Man 2, for example, when you're fighting against the Sandman, where Miles and Peter have to synergize together and take down the Sandman in such an awesome cutscene. And don't worry, Spider-Man's going to be back very soon. But that Rhino sequence, easily 7 or 8 out of 10. But yeah, the backflip in Miles Morales. The Call of Duty series is always known for like fast-paced reactions, always in the moment when you play a Call of Duty. But Modern Warfare 2, man, had by far, I think, the best QTE in any Call of Duty ever. That moment where you as Soap get stabbed by Shepard, and then Captain Price just runs over, starts whacking him in the face, and then Shepard gets on top and starts beating Price up, and then you've got this massive knife just stuck in your chest, and you're just laying there just like, I'm dying. But then you look over and you see Captain Price just getting absolutely pummeled in the face by Shepard, and you think, I need to do this right now. I need to help him. So what do? You literally grab the knife that is in your chest, probably like against some organs or something like that, and you slowly pull it out. It is honestly one of the most gruesome moments in Call of Duty, I think, ever. But as you're pulling it out, you see the blood just gushing down the knife, and all of a sudden you do a quick hand flip, and then you throw the knife in Shepard's eye. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's not even just the moment of throwing the knife that's cool, it's the payoff of the entire game, essentially, because Shepard is revealed to, spoiler alert, be the villain of the game. I genuinely cannot think of a better moment in the Call of Duty series. I really cannot, and that's just a testament to how great those earlier games were. But for me, personally, this is like a solid 10 out of 10. It's so good. Now, I don't think I could talk about QuickTime events without mentioning Azura's Wrath, because that game is like combo and, QuickTime event central at the end of the day. It is basically the whole game. But the most impactful moment of all is towards the end of the game where you're fighting your mentor, August. The fight initially takes place in outer space, and August breaks off all your extra arms, and then all of a sudden you get thrust down to the bottom of a planet. August has a massive sword that is just stabbing you in the chest as he's jumping down from space. And with your last 2 arms, you shatter his sword and, unfortunately, both of your arms. But as August lands on the ground, his sword is flying in the air, and the player character Azura grabs it with his teeth. Yeah, he grabs the sword with his teeth, with no arms, just like going for it. and slashes August almost in half. This cutscene is absolutely amazing, and it makes me really understand why QuickTime events can be such a useful storytelling tool, because it makes the player be able to actually be in these moments. It's got the spectacle factor that I really love, and it's like a solid 8.5 out of 10. Telltale games always have an abundance of QuickTime events, but I feel like Tales of the Borderlands kind of nails this kind of mechanic down to almost a T, because it's just so ridiculous. In one of the most wacky QuickTime events I've ever seen, you play as the player character Reese, pretending to be Hugo Vasquez, basically the antagonist of the game. The aim at this point in time is to get out of the Hyperion facility, but you know, Borderlands stuff happens, and suddenly you're thrust into a gunfight, but it's not a gunfight with actual guns, it's a gunfight with finger guns. And this by far is like one of the most absurd QuickTime events I've ever seen, because everyone in Hyperion is taking it so seriously. You know, you're dodging bullets that aren't even there, you're lobbing grenades that aren't even there. It's so weird. And you know, you're even taking people as human shields to protect you from these imaginary bullets. It's only the type of humor that Borderlands can pull off, and I feel like Tales of the Borderlands represents it really well. Now, this isn't abnormal come, Borderlands humor style, but it's definitely like an outrageous moment that you need to play for yourself, or at least watch someone play it, because it is really funny. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd maybe give this like a 7 out of 10. God of War nowadays is known for its up-close and personal fighting style, and of course, puzzles. But back in the day, God of War was like a QuickTime events alpha. It was everywhere. But I think the most impressive of the bunch is when you fight Zeus. After Kratos' daddy issues just build up and he can't take it any longer, him and Zeus fight it out for full control. During the main fight, you'll be throwing every single combo you can at Zeus, but at the very end, after stabbing Zeus into the heart of Gaia, you still need to fight his spirit. And this is where things get really interesting, because Kratos does away with his swords, he does away with all of his weapons, and just uses his fists, and absolutely pummels Zeus for as long as you like. This is one of the more unique things, is that you can genuinely punch Zeus for as long as you like. Like, it's not 1, 2, 3, done. Like, you can just keep going. And so essentially, you're not done until you get all of your rage issues out as well. With everything that Kratos has been through throughout the 3 games, it is absolutely justified in this moment. And if he wants to punch Zeus 100 times, 1,000 times, he should do it. Or you should do it. It's a QuickTime event, you do it. But because it allows the player to keep going, I feel like this deserves like a solid 8.5. Solid 8.5. Now, I think it's best to now have a look at some of the bad QuickTime events. And I'm defining bad as either they are terrible or they're laughably bad. And to start off, we have Spider-Man 3. I did say that Spider-Man would be back, and he's back in floppy fashion. As Spider-Man, you are jumping, lunging, and running your way through a massive, flaming, burning building. And what do you need to do? You need to rescue hostages that are attached to bombs. So you, as Spider-Man, make your way through, you see the hostage, you go to jump, and you miss it. And then you fail. You just flop. You just flop. Now, I guess, this isn't kind of the full QuickTime event, but it's just one thing that I had to mention, because they play it off like it's a joke, the way that the NPC just reacts I'm gonna die.
I'm going to die.
And so I just thought, I'd want to include it. And so the actual QuickTime event where you save her and make it out alive, it's like a 5, 6 out of 10, maybe even a 4. Yeah, 4.5. But the bit where you fail, easily 10 out of 10. In Assassin's Creed 2, as you and Leonardo da Vinci are kind of parting ways, you get a brief moment for a QuickTime event where you get to hug Leonardo da Vinci goodbye, essentially. And if you are fast enough and you hug him, it's a really wholesome moment, It's a nice farewell. But in the 0.2 seconds that you have to actually interact with this QuickTime event, if you miss it, he just looks so depressed. He's like, okay, bye. It's poor Leonardo. It's so sad, because prior to this, he's if you need any help, buddy, if you need me to do anything, I'm there for you. And then if you miss it, it's screw you, man. Screw you. Honestly, it's really depressing. If you do the quick time event and you make it, it's like an 8. It's like a good quick time event. But if you fail it, then it's like a negative 1,000. It's like, Jason. Yep, heavy rain, Jason. We've all seen it. We all know what it's about.
Jason!
In this quick time event, you're trying to find your son,
Jason!
who's gone missing in a shopping mall. Now, granted, this one's a little bit less technically a quick time event because you do have free roam around the space, but the events leading into the more of the Jason, where you're going through tight-knit crowds, like, it's one big thing, so I'm counting it all together. It's the fact that they only recorded like 3 different variations of the word Jason. Like, the name Jason, they only did it 3 times, and the player character, he seems so annoyed by, like, his son gone missing. Like, it's more of an inconvenience, like, ugh, Jason, like, where are you? Honestly, like, this whole sequence is just, like, so bad. Granted, the rest of the game is pretty good. It's very good, in fact. But this moment is just, like, it's like a 3 out of 10, man. It's not great at all. Shadow of Mordor, a game so renowned for basically creating the Nemesis system and not letting any other company use it, has some amazing combat throughout the entire game. And the fact that each enemy can remember who you are, it's all just great. Same can't be said, though, for the final encounter of the game, because they used a quick time event for it. It honestly doesn't make any sense. I get that it's meant to be cinematic, right? It's meant to be this final conclusion to the game, but did they have to just basically limit it to a quick time event? I don't think they did, but they wanted to anyway, because then, you know, it makes it feel more like a film, I suppose. If anything, this quick time event is just more frustrating than, you know, anything else. It is a cool quick time event. Like, it's okay. It's an okay quick time event, but I feel like wrong place, wrong time. You know, you go through so many encounters throughout the game, and the combat in Shadow of Mordor is really fun. Like, if you haven't played Shadow of Mordor, like, give it a go. It's a great game. But the fact that they just kind of resolve the whole game in a quick time event is just not, it's not where it's at. So for that and that alone, it's like a 4. Yeah, it's like a 4. Call of Duty's back, and I think I can sum this one up in just a few words. Press F to pay respect. This is like the most memed on quick time event of all time, bar Jason, of course. Like, whoever at Sledgehammer at the time and Activision thought that this is what this moment needed, you're insane. I mean, funny, it was funny, I suppose, like, it created like a whole meme around it, but definitely not the right place to put a QTE. I mean, I love it for how random it is, but definitely isn't the right place for it. And, you know, post press F to pay respects, the rest of the cutscenes are pretty damn good. Like, straight after that transition shot, beautiful. But press F to pay respects is probably like the most unnecessary quick time event of all time. But it's great, you know, it made a great meme, so give it credit for that. I'd have to say, for what it actually is, it's like a 1. Right, the actual quick time event itself is like a 1 or a 0.5 because it's just doesn't make any sense. But the meme that it's kind of surrounded now, like the one that it's made, propels it to like a 10 out of 10. I have to say it. 10 out of 10, and it's really weird to think that both the Call of Duties, for very different reasons, in this video have made a 10 out of 10 quick time event. I mean, you know, they have scale, they have spectacle. Really didn't think that I would make both of them a 10 out of 10. Okay, well that settles it. Call of Duty's got the best quick time events of all time. Now, I love myself a quick time event as much as the next person. They are very much a dying thing as of recent years, especially in the 2020s. And I think they have got such a bad reputation when it comes to games, because games will use them too much. They will make every single moment a quick time event. Like The Force Unleashed 2 has so many quick time events. Surprised it didn't make it on this kind of ranking, but I guess it has now. You know. And so I think a lot of studios are now kind of leaning away from them, and if they are using them, they're using them very sparingly. Now, there are tons of other quick time events, and, you know, I'd love to hear what your favorites or least favorites are in the comment section below. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, then subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.